Now boarding for Rebuild of JoyCast, your weekly destination for anime, manga, and more.
Everyone, put down your Arceus Legends. There's a podcast that needs to be recorded. How's it going, Val? How's it going,
Pretty
Steena?
good.
Steena's still here, by the way, audience. We took a week off, and she still hasn't left.
I'm surprised at that, to be honest.
I guess I live here now or something.
She handcuffed herself to one of the handbars on the train. She will not leave.
She made a huge scene, from what I hear.
Yep.
Made the news. You probably saw it on the news in England, honestly. It got kind of violent.
Big international news. She's a threat in all countries now. She's banned from
I'm on the
public
no-fly
transit.
list.
The no train list.
She's been banished and sentenced to stay in your house forever.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
Shoot.
Oh, no. That would be awful. Oh, no. But yeah, a big thing happened in between weeks. Val, you finally got to announce, and it premiered that you were in Tribe 9.
Yeah.
From the creators of Danganronpa.
Yeah.
You know who I always think of when Danganronpa comes up? Ivan, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's his entire personality.
It's impossible not to at this point.
It's definitely a huge factor.
Dude lives right behind Bang Zoom. We gotta get him on the freaking podcast.
He does. I'm more when I found that out, because we were talking about it, he was like, oh yeah, I live right across the street. I'm pretty sure we were talking about it. And I was like, how the fuck are you not in there?
He doesn't take enough classes. He took like one class. He's like, yeah. Because he's good. Okay, he's good, but we definitely gotta have a podcast about that, the voice acting, how, you know, like, talent is great, but you gotta show up, they gotta know you exist, bro. Abridged parodies will not get you cast.
Yeah.
Ow, she hit me. I was talking, we had a rule about not talking about abridging on this podcast, and she just smacked me.
Smacked him with the baka hammer. Shit.
Alright, so today we are going to discuss the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Because, oh boy, are they even doing a show this year? I've heard nothing about the show. I feel like they finally given up? The last time they did it, they had like a VTube model. They know, they're very self-aware how cringe they are. And it's like half the funniest thing ever, and it's half the cringiest thing ever. It's like, we can't find a good balance. Like, one or the other. Pick one, please.
I've never watched the show before. Like,
there was one year where they hit a sweet spot where they did a live, like, with the, I think it was before the pandemic, where they actually had a very, like, well-paced show. Like, it was very subdued and relaxed. And they got Anitubers to do announcements. I said, there we go.
Sick.
That's the way to do it. And then the pandemic happened and undid everything. They went back to being cringe.
Great.
But, no, but speaking of which, but every year it seems like their nominees improve. But this year is a bit of a head scratcher because this year was stacked for good anime.
Uh-oh, all Jujutsu Kaisen.
I mean, for nominees, yeah, but if it wasn't Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer, it was gonna be My Hero Academia. Speaking of which, how far we have fallen.
Was Jujutsu Kaisen 2021, not 2020?
It was 2021.
Damn.
Ain't that crazy?
It must have at least run in 2021, you know?
I know, it feels like 2020 was last year.
Yeah, I feel like I lost so much time.
I blinked, 2021 passed, and it feels like 2020 was 3 years.
2021 and 2020 were both really productive years for me, actually.
Yeah, 2020 was great for me, even though it was so bad. Like, personally, I grew a lot as a person, but who needs that?
Yeah, we need money.
Yeah, I didn't get rich, so who cares?
Alright, so in terms of nominees, I think we just go down this list and just, like, give our thoughts, man. I don't think this is gonna take too long, because like I said, it's interesting, because it was a very stacked year, but in terms of what they offered for nominees, they kept it to a very small group of anime. And I think that was for good reason, because even though this was a good year for anime, and a lot of good anime, the great ones were too great. Like, why? How? In my eyes, it's a slapboxing match between Ranking of Kings and Odd Taxi. Like, why did anyone else bother showing up? But if you're shonen trash, you would say that about Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1.
How do I vote for myself in Best Dub Voice Actor?
Next year. You're 2022 anime. You're next year, Val. Don't worry, I will write you in the ballot next year.
Hell yeah. Oh, he won't need a write.
We'll have enough influence next year, they'll consult with us.
Well, then we should probably stop talking shit about them being cringe.
No, they know they're cringe. They love
That's
it.
what's good.
They're
That's what's
cringe
good
and
about
they're
it.
also
shtick.
they're cringe and they're also free. So they know. They know.
In the anime of the year, I'm genuinely surprised on Taxi is in there because, as I'm pretty sure you both know, that was something that no one was talking about.
Yes, I'm shocked.
I loved it. You saw me posting about it.
Somebody in the boardroom when they were doing this is a real one because nobody watched Odd Taxi, and Odd Taxi would be the best. You were there for movie night. We
watched it?
Yeah, you just glazed over. You and Sam glazed over. Because I will say, because the reason why Odd Taxi will not be the #1 for me is because its pilot episode sucks.
Yeah.
It has a shitty pilot episode. Well, I should say that's very tough. It's not shitty, it's just not great. It
doesn't
good.
grip. Like, that's the thing.
It
if
doesn't
I
get
was
your
there
attention.
and I don't remember it, like, that's... I mean, yeah.
The
I don't
rest-
remember a lot of things, but that makes me sad.
The rest of the series is really different from the pilot. And the rest of the season is way better. But you need the pilot. It's the setup. The problem is it's nothing but setup. It's like it's nothing but slow burn that first episode.
Have you guys talked about this on the show before?
Odd Taxi?
Yeah.
I think we've given
did
a
briefly.
brief shout out.
Give me a really brief synopsis.
So Odd Taxi is about in a world of anthropomorphic animals.
Yes.
And there's a taxi driver. And basically the whole
Wait,
episode is him
Ivan.
just...
Does Steena care about spoilers?
We'll get to there. We'll spoil at the very end.
I'll
I
forget
wanna set
everything,
up.
so-
I want to set it up. So this taxi driver, he's a walrus, and the first episode is him just driving a bunch of people, and all these people seem like they're very separate, and it's just like, oh, this is anthology, that he just drives certain people, he learns their life story.
Oh, like Midnight Diner.
And we learn a little bit about him. And then it just snowballs, rolls, and all these stories begin to coalesce and become one. It's a Shane Black film. Literally, the finale takes place during Christmas. It's a fucking Shane Black film. This is the thing I said. We watched this during movie night on our Discord chat, which is available to all our patrons, and we watched most of the series. And I remarked that this feels like someone's failed Hollywood script, and they said, okay, I got this a great Shane Black parody.
I do remember you saying
Yes, I have this great Shane Black parody, but no one wants to pick it up for a series because Paramount Plus hasn't started yet. People aren't that desperate for content just yet. Where can I sell this? And it feels like, oh, by the way, the studio that did this is Oriental Light and Magic, the creators of Pokemon anime, Berserk, the Golden Age saga, in Inazuma 11. Great fucking studio. So to see them doing something original is wonderful. But like I said, so this guy has a script that is like, all right, how do I sell this? Hey, this funny little kid's Japanese studio, you want this script? Sure, but all the characters have to be animals now. They feel like they're humans, but the one quality is like, it's not Zootopia. People say, oh, it's like like a darker Zootopia. It's not Zootopia.
Nope. That's Beastars.
That has nothing to do with them being animals other than the fact that they look like animals. And then, spoilers, we learn that the taxi driver himself has a brain, like he has so much trauma that he sees people as animals. And they're actually real people.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
And it's fucking rad.
They actually spoiled that, in a music video for the opening, which I love.
Yeah, that's
The
funny.
opening.
But I remember there's a part where he talks to the doctor, and the doctor goes, how can you, like, he could tell what people looked like from behind the taxi driver in photographs, and he goes, how can you tell? He goes, oh, well, look, he's so distinct. He looks like a monkey. And he's like, and it's a very blink and you miss it moment. And this happens like in the middle of the series, and at the very end, they reveal that they're all people. And it's like, wow. All right. But I know, spoilers aside, this is still an amazing series. Please give it a watch. If you can't,
I'll give it another go.
If you can't, a movie's coming out, a recap movie where they're gonna condense it all into a film,
like an OVA.
with additional scenes. I'm probably gonna watch. We should do another movie night of that.
No, I would be down to do a movie night.
That'll be perfect. And I will stay awake.
Yeah, we should do that. But anyways, we're getting off track because we haven't even named the nominees. But that's odd. Everyone, that's odd.
Here.
That's Odd Taxi. The nominees are very stacked here. We have Attack on Titan, the final season, part 1. People complained. I thought it was incredible. Odd Taxi, Sunny Boy, I only saw one episode. I wish I watched more. It was another original. It takes place in kids. They get transported to a pocket dimension. Their high school gets transported to a pocket dimension. They all have powers. The soundtrack, I know.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is amazing. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Sunny Boy is amazing. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this might be Science Saru. I should probably look
It
this up.
looks really
It's
pretty.
not.
Just
It's
from
It's
what
not.
I've seen.
It reminds me of Science Saru, but I guess it's not. But it's definitely a good
Madhouse.
director, though. Madhouse. Oh, Madhouse. Where have you been? Shingo Natsume. He worked on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah,
Oh,
and Space
there you go.
Dandy. And Space Dandy.
And One Punch Man.
Yeah. Oh, the
What a
good
legend.
the good One Punch Man. Yeah. Okay, this guy's a legend. So yeah, I definitely need to give that a fair shake. Otherwise, Ranking of Kings, that's anime of the year. There will be no
Hands
There will
down.
be no argument. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Which, if it wins, host is gonna rip us a new asshole.
Yeah, it's not. It's not gonna win. I'm sorry. This list is too stacked.
It specifically states Core 2, so it must have ran from 2020 to 2021.
Oh.
But the only anime on this list that I have I've minimal knowledge of is 86. Garnt talks a lot about this one. It's a mech. Apparently, it's a very good mech anime. And I'm like, fuck. I need some mech in my life, man.
Val, I know you're gonna talk about mech later, but I have never seen, from what I can remember, a single mech anime in my life except Code Geass, which in my mind
No.
does not count.
Okay, what's your recommendation,
Steena,
Val?
What?
go watch
what?
Big O.
Big O.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Big
Big
O.
O's that's from the creators. The same people that did Giant Robo.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay.
And the studio did like Batman shit, and you see a lot of like, the 90s Batman feel.
It's basically Japanese Batman with a giant robot. It's sick. It's animated on black paper, so I get horny for it immediately. But
I feel
no,
like a fake weeb girl. Like, you can't be a weeb without seeing at least one mech anime, you
You
know?
can also see Gurren Lagann. I love Gurren Lagann, but it's one of the things that
Gurren
I
Lagann-
I watched the first half.
I
and
don't.
Then I dropped it.
Exactly. Everyone has. I don't think Gurren Lagann has aged well.
No.
I don't think it's aged. Again, anyone.
It's Yoko's fault. Blame Yoko.
Anyone who like asks me if they should watch Gurren Lagann, I go watch the first like 8 episodes until spoiler moment, and then watch the finale. I could really give a damn about the middle.
I would disagree, but I understand why people, because anyone who is aware of how old Yoko is and how much they do use her for fan service, it's weird.
She's the original like
It's just
anime
a whole lot of
YouTube
tit
girl.
on not very much girl. You know what I mean? Like, she's a boy bee. Oof.
Otherwise, my recommendation for mech anime is, and I know Gundam fans are gonna crucify me for it, is Iron Blooded Orphans. I love it.
Yeah.
It's Metal Gear Solid freaking Peace Walker with kids starting their own kid freaking nation on Mars, and they have a robot that defend themselves, and they start doing business.
I think
and
I did
it's
a fan
awesome.
dub of this forever ago, but didn't actually watch
We
the
did the
anime.
abridged. Yeah, we have an abridged on our.
No, it wasn't that one.
on
It was
for-
like an actual fan dub.
That's crazy. But
Yeah.
for our bridge series, we have an abridged. We have a 3-part abridged movie. Of the opening episodes of Iron Blooded Orphans on our Patreon.
Steena, don't watch Iron Blooded Orphans.
I'm
Just
gonna
watch
watch Iron
fucking.
Blooded Orphans.
No. You gotta watch Universal Century. That goes from like original Gundam to like Origins.
And
I
see,
now
it-
have
it
3
gets-
mechs on my plate.
See, God, that's the original Gundam gets really freaking convoluted. I watched Thunderbolt though. I watched the Thunderbolt movie. That's sick.
Thunderbolt movies.
Listen,
Thunderbolt
I
is
just need an
cool.
introduction.
Basically, like if you want a watch that feels nice and smooth and slick, Iron Blooded Orphans. But if you want to watch a classic, Big O.
I'll do both. I'll do those 2. I'll watch the classic because it's like the framework, and then I'll watch Iron Blooded Orphans.
I made a mistake with a friend very recently and decided that his first mecha anime, and it was naive of me. Even I was like, afterwards, I was like, why did I choose this to introduce him to a mecha anime? I chose Eureka 7, which is a personal favorite of
I
mine. but-
started watching that one. I watched part of that, and I got really lost really fast. So I just kind of...
No, it uses a lot of jargon in universe stuff that like it's one of those shows that really tries to flesh out what's going on with its own like in universe jargon and history and shit. Go watch Big O. Big O is fucking cool. Big O is fucking cool, Steena. Ignore Iron Blooded Orphans.
Otherwise, for the audience also listening who wants mech recommendations, if you want a modern mech to enjoy, SSSSSSSSSSSS Gridman is
That's
pretty
so many
sick.
S's.
if you want mechs with a Power Rangers feel, there's a name for the genre. I just can't think of it because I'm problematic.
Tokusatsu.
Tokusatsu is just. I mean, I think that's the general term. Those are more like the Lone Rider with the helmet.
That is Power Rangers. That is Power Rangers stuff.
That's Sniper King.
What is like the Japanese Power Rangers that they love with like the beetle head and everything?
Sentai.
Maybe. No, it's what's the specific name? Kamen Rider.
Oh, you want the specific show?
Kamen
Yeah,
Rider.
Kamen Rider. Ultraman.
Yeah, it's stuff like I think Tokusatsu stuff like Kamen Rider and everything.
God, we're getting a freaking who's the creator of Evangelion? Hideaki?
Hideki Kamiya? No, that's someone else.
It's Anno.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's doing a Shin Ultraman.
Who's Hideki Kamiya again? Oh, he's Capcom or something. Or
yeah.
Platinum. He's Platinum. Beautiful Joe and shit. Yeah.
You're getting really off topic, and we are also off topic.
Back to the awards though. Ranking King's gonna take it home.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Ranking of Kings.
It needs to. It really deserves to.
Why? Literally listen to any time we talk about Ranking of Kings on this podcast. Like, for reference, audience.
Ugh.
We adore this so. Although, I'm gonna be honest, Val, the episode 2 weeks ago got me a little worried.
Yep.
There was a bit of a drop in quality.
No, you're not wrong.
We talking about the one with the big dog fight?
Yeah, there was a drop in
that
quality.
Was really disappointing.
I was getting concerned. I was like, are we running out of budget? I think maybe they had a different director or something.
Oh, best boy. Vote for best boy. I won't say. But I understand what you mean. I was like really watching. I was like, it doesn't feel bad. I think the animation is still really consistent. It's just not grabbing me in the way that it would.
Yeah, but this week's episode brought it right back.
Yeah.
They were going extra on the expressions this week.
No, they were. I know what you mean though about like maybe it being a different director and last week's episode really didn't do it for me.
Yeah, but we still got I think we still got like 8 episodes left.
Oh, my point on Odd Taxi, I don't feel like no one watched it. It just felt like no one watched it when it initially came out.
Yes, that's the truth because it took influencers to get it on the radar.
I watched it week to week, and then and no one gave it crap.
But if you want the true power of anime tuber influencers, they're the one that got Odd Taxi on here on this ballot. They got the attention brought to it.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're all in agreement. Ranking of Kings. There's no writing for us. It's
Odd
Ranking
Taxi
of Kings.
would be my second pick. If Ranking of Kings went, it would be Odd Taxi.
If it wasn't for Ranking of Kings, it would be Odd Taxi. The rest aren't even close. But I definitely want to give Attack on Titan some due credit. This thing, the marketing, they're trying to get the normies on track, and like it's a modern epic, and I'm like, it kind of is. Like I can't. They're not lying. It's a modern epic. This feels like the biggest fucking thing going on right now.
Attack on Titan is this generation's Full Metal Alchemist. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Like this is an event. Like I mean, this is Game of Thrones. This is Lost. This is a big thing for anime going down right now.
And it's been going for well.
What has it been? It took a long break.
It's been going for 9 years. Like,
Oh
yeah,
my
long ass
God.
break, but it's taken them 9 years to get to
Yeah,
this
because
point.
because I mean, a credit to
2013,
Wit
I think.
and Mappa, who's taken over now. This series, it was a bitch to animate. This was a lot of fucking work.
I don't blame Wit for being like, nah, we're done.
I don't blame Wit one bit. I mean, look what we got. We got Ranking of Kings. They sold Attack on Titan so we could have Ranking of Kings. Good trade.
Yeah. God bless.
Hell yeah, I'm happy for it. I get your complaints about like people complaining about animation and everything, but it's one of those things where I think it's a case of Wit did it, but it's also like, yeah, but Wit were literally killing themselves over it.
Yeah, I like absolute troopers for sticking how long that they did. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to
Best boy.
Steena brought Best Boy.
I
Again,
literally don't
this
know
is
any
like,
of these except for 3.
Let me read the nominees
So half of
first.
them, then.
Let me
Yeah,
read
shut
the
up.
nominees first before we get off the track here.
Okay.
So we have Senku from Dr. Stone, which I go, Crunchyroll produces Dr. Stone. They just had to get one in there. Crunchyroll was like, oh man, we backed the wrong shows this year. But to its credit though, Dr. Stone season 2 was actually an improvement on season 1. Izumi Miyamura and Horimiya. I didn't watch Horimiya, but a lot of people talk very highly of Horimiya. That's a romance anime.
Oh.
Basically, it's about like 2 students. They kind of live like double lives. Like this one kid looks all prim and proper at school, but after school, he's covered in piercings, his hair's all messy, and the other girl, like, thinks she has it together, but she really doesn't. And it's a good... Most anime have very tropey romance things where there's a harem and a lot of tension. In this one, they stick to the main two. It's the whole show is just their romance.
That sounds like my love story. Like,
yeah, they stick to one.
I am here for that.
My love story is a comedy, though.
Oh yeah.
It's
a hardcore.
That's a gag anime.
But it's so good.
This one they take. I've heard Horimiya actually takes itself seriously.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
A serious romance, which I guess is very rare. I don't watch a lot of romantic anime, but I've heard that's rare.
It kind of went out of style in like the 90s when harem anime became way more popular.
Yeah.
Like in the 90s, it was all like J-drama level shit, you know?
Okay, Otokawa from Odd Taxi. He's a top runner. I love Otokawa.
This is the guy that sees everyone as animals.
Again, but the motherfucker Boji from Ranking of Kings steals the freaking show again.
That's the boy.
The only crime that Odd Taxi ever committed was having a weak pilot and going up against Ranking of Kings. I feel so bad. But don't worry, there is an award I want to give Odd Taxi. But we're getting there. But otherwise,
I actually want to say, I do know about Horimiya, and I knew that it was about kids leading double life, but I had no idea that he was like, I don't know, skater boy, tattoo piercings kid, because the only scenes I've ever seen anyone share of it take place in the school.
Yeah, exactly. Next is, then we have two boys from a show full of boys. Draken and Mikey from Tokyo Revengers.
Did you watch Tokyo Revengers?
I never watched Tokyo Revengers. Everyone I know watches Tokyo Revengers.
Everyone I know watches. Yes, right? Everyone. I did not watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this circle. Like everyone we know watches, but our
let's
circle
watch
doesn't.
Tokyo Revengers.
I've been told we have to. I'm more inclined to read it.
I'm gonna say I haven't seen any of it. Like I've heard good things, but
the last time I talked about Tokyo Revengers, we were talking about manga sales during Saturday Jump, and Tokyo Revengers was like the only thing that was selling, while all the other mangaka were taking vacations because they were getting overworked. And Demon Slayer ended, and Jujutsu Kaisen went on hiatus, and Chainsaw Man ended, and literally there was nothing happening. So that's why shit like Doraemon got fucking slipped through the cracks.
Leave him alone. He might bring it back. I actually have faith that author might be able to bring it back when he's like been told, yeah, we'll keep you, and then he'll actually put in the work.
I agree. But yeah, best boy. It's not an argument. Boichi.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know who can... Well, I don't like tattoos. I don't like that kid with the fucking tattoos on the side of his head. Ew.
He can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery. I agree.
For Boji, the thing is, for a protagonist to have that much presence without speaking a fucking word.
Yes. Well, I want to get on top of a main character with disabilities, and it's not a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's not for diversity's sake. He just has a disability and he rocks it.
Well, and it approaches the actual discrimination. It's not like a...
Yeah, it doesn't shy from it. This thing has its cake and eats it too. He faces discrimination and he also experienced a great deal of kindness. People who are very actively interested in learning sign language and being a part of his world. It's incredible. And the fact that... Have we seen it? I think this is what I really respect about it. It's never been used as a direct strength. It's not like the lazy troping that I now call it, like My Hero Academia, Mashal, Black Clover, where your character has a metaphorical disability where there's a world full of power and they don't have that power. This one, he has that, but he also has an actual literal disability, and they don't shy away from it. They handle it with care. They handle it with respectfully. And it just makes him more unique on top of it. It's never, oh, my deafness is my frickin', and my muteness is my fucking power. No, it never is. That's just part of his personality.
It's an actual disability he lives with.
It's a flavor. It's a flavor of his characterization.
Yeah.
And he struggles and succeeds with it, but it's never a tool for success.
I appreciated the moment in the series where, the other prince, Blondie. I'll just call him Blondie for now. I'm having that thing where I can't remember words. No, the other prince.
Oh, Data.
When he's
Dida.
going through, when he's
Dida,
like, Dida, thank you. Where he's like, being all like, oh, this darkness, it's so bullshit. Oh my god, is this how Boji lives every goddamn day?
Yes! Amazing.
Japan handles diversity so much better, like, when they actually choose to approach it in their fiction, I feel like.
Yeah, when they sit down and want to have a frank discussion about it, they can do it.
Yeah, like, yes, it takes them a long time to
it's
get
too
there.
bad. It's too bad as a society. Too bad as a society they can't.
It's because they don't bang pots and pans in their writing and be like, look at this guy. This is like the whole point of this. This is what it is and everything. They just kind of like, point it out.
Well, the thing is, like, their youngest generation is going through the same kind of cultural revolution we are, and it's just starting to show in their media now, and that makes me very fucking excited.
But otherwise, yeah, I think we've set our place on Boyji, yeah, Boy of the Year, amazing. Best girl. This is the one I am the least qualified for.
I literally could only say Nobara Kugisaki because I've at least watched about 17 or 18 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen.
I know
Fruba.
I've only watched the first core of Jujutsu Kaisen. I've not seen the second core, and I know that's where she pops off.
Yeah.
I literally have no horse in this battle. I want to watch Wonder Egg Priority, but Brendan said it went to shit.
Well, spoiler alert, the answer is Toru Honda from Fruits Basket, so...
Yeah, is that the one voiced by Laura Bailey?
Or it was in the original. Did she come back?
She came back.
Okay, then yes.
That's the one I'm gonna give. But no, let's go through the list here. We have Vladilena Milize from 86, Toru Honda from Fruits Basket, Nobara Kugisaki from Jujutsu Kaisen, Sarasa Watanabe from Kageki Shoujo, Shoko Komi from Komi Can't Communicate. I think that's gonna be the winner.
That sounds cute.
That's gonna be the mainstream winner. And then Ioto from Wonder Egg Priority. She's the only one I'm familiar with because I watched one episode and I didn't continue because everyone said it went to shit and wasn't worth investing, which is very unfortunate.
I watched the first couple episodes of it, and the first episode is like really like out of this world good animation and everything. And then I immediately saw the dip in quality in not only animation but also writing. In like the second episode, I was like, yeah, this is going to crash and burn towards the end, and everyone's gonna say how bad it went.
The thing it will be remembered for most is when in the dub they said no cap, and the friggin' and the neckbeards fucking cried about it. It's like, all right, gotta remember, kids watch anime. More kids than adults watch anime.
Well, and it's like,
we have to speak in their language.
Do you really want to go back to the days of like horrible localizations? It's like,
I kind of do though.
I don't. I have no interest in going back. If we want Devilman, we'll watch original Devilman.
I love Devilman. Devilman Apocalypse. Devilman.
Can I wear my shoes in here? I don't give a shit. That's my favorite.
Whoa, you guys still need to watch fucking Urusei Yatsura, the UK dub.
Oh, everyone! Hey, that's been trending on Twitter.
I know it
lately.
has, and I was pissed off because I was talking about that for ages and no one cared.
Val has talked about this thing for ages. He told me about. I knew about this. It was started trending on Twitter. Oh, that's the thing Val talks about before it was popular. Okay, so we really don't get because we're all misogynists. We don't care about best girl.
I care.
It's Toru Honda.
I just didn't watch many romances this year.
Yeah.
So I picked Toru Honda because I'm familiar with her and I vibe with her super hard, so.
Good argument. Moving on. Okay, now this is where things get really like...
I think you would both actually love the women of Jujutsu Kaisen the way they're written.
I think I would too. Unfortunately, I don't have the time.
And
also, it's a joke.
I have a grudge match with hosts.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
We like pissing hosts off and not watching Jujutsu Kaisen. It's too fun. There's more value in not watching than watching at this point because we're very committed to a bit.
Host, if you're listening, we care about you very much.
Host, we love
panic.
you. That's the reason why, because we love you so much. That's why we don't watch it, because it's
This
funny.
is how we express affection for you.
So best protagonist. God damn it! Here we go. We have Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. We have Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. This is actually a really stacked list. We have Joe from Megalo Box 2 Nomad. I want to give a special shout out to Megalo Box 2. Anyone who's watched Saturday Jump knows I hate the first Megalo Box. You think that would be my style? But as I've said, it looks good as a wallpaper. It does not look good in motion. Whenever it's in motion, it just copy and paste Hajime no Ippo. The story's very boring. Joe lacks, like, any charisma. The whole story of the first season of Megalobox is Joe gets the shit beat out of him, then he smiles, and then he wins the fight. Rinse and repeat. There's a dead dog in the street. It's a metaphor for his personal value. Watch Megalobox Abridged if you want my full-on feelings on that. But Megalo Box 2, Nomad, completely different show. Completely different. It's anthological. It has 2 distinct stories. The first is Joe serving as a corner man for an immigrant boxer, which again, when Japan wants to talk about things, frankly, they do such a great job. But yeah, Joe dealing with addiction, getting back on his feet, reckoning with his past. Part 2, he gets back in the ring. He fights basically a guy who's attached to a very, evil corporation that's using military technology and advertising it through boxing. There's a lot more going on in season 2, and it's so good. It's better animated too. But more importantly, the story. It could still be that shitty animation, but the story is so much more compelling. It is definitely a must-watch. That being said, is Joe getting best protagonist? No, because Boji is on the list again.
Hell yeah, he is.
But so is Otakawa, and I, Hoto from One Direct Priority. Guess what? I'm gonna flip the page here. This is the award I want to give to Otakawa. Because, as we've complained before on this show, if I have a nitpick about Ranking of Kings, Boji is best boy. He's incredible, but he gets overshadowed a lot by his cast. Because there's so many flashbacks and so many characters we need to learn about. Speaking of which, this week, there was a really, out of context moment. They just gave this random sense of context.
Yeah.
In the opening of this week's episode.
Why is this here? I'm happy to have it, but why is it here?
It just feels so random and jarring, and I'm like, don't do this now. This show has been perfect.
I know.
This is what I complain about. I said there's too many flashbacks. And too much context that's being willingly withheld from us for no reason other than, okay, now we can reveal it. Now it's starting to get very janky. It's ruining the flow, but staying on topic.
I was gonna say, I really closely analyzed the intros and everything for Ranking Kings because I love it so much. And I was literally sat there for the past couple weeks thinking, now why would my boy be standing knee deep in pools of blood? And now I know.
All the enemies he slaughters because he's powerful now.
Because he's a little badass. But
he's a little badass now.
He doesn't have to kill them to beat them.
No, because he manipulates them in atoms in the air. It's fucking sick. But yeah, Boji is awesome. He is best boy. But Otakawa is a protagonist. He is a man who drives the story. Odd Taxi cannot happen without Otakawa. Ranking of Kings, unfortunately, can happen without Boji. If you took Boji,
absolutely,
it would be missing something, but the story could still move without Boji.
I honestly, Daida, I really love him. As a character, I don't know, he's just very complex.
Yes.
And I think that I could follow him through the story if it were just him and, his dad and all that shit.
Yeah,
that, I could do that.
Again, because it can function without Boji. It really could. But I want to go back to Otakawa.
But I'm still glad he's here.
But Otakawa, it's just, he's such a great character. The man is stone cold. He's so compelling. And that man grips your attention from start to finish. Because the man has seen some shit. And the way he interacts with characters, he is the connecting tissue for every character we see in this story. And he strings them he pushes everyone forward, and at the end, they're all chasing him. It's just incredible. That's one of a few I want to concede to Odd Taxi. And again, you guys should be watching Odd Taxi.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's short. I could probably knock it out, this week, honestly.
You could.
But we should give credit where credit is due. Eren Yeager. I don't think we're gonna spoil the ending of the manga just yet, but
no.
Eren Yeager is
You literally
Eren
got
Yeager.
7 episodes to go. Don't
He
do
is.
it now.
If you just talked about complexity, Steena. Eren Yeager is complex. He's doing some shit that sometimes this Attack on Titan is where controversy is a good thing. Years from now, we will still be debating Eren Yeager. Long after the anime's over, when they try to DLC it, because they're gonna try to DLC that manga ending. I'm like, cry more, cope more. It ended, all right. But yeah, Eren Yeager is a protagonist that we will be talking for a long time. Otakawa wins Protagonist of the Year, but Eren Yeager is gonna be one of the greatest protagonists of all time, because that's why, because Eren Yeager is a protagonist and an antagonist. Again,
Ivan,
yes?
scroll down to best antagonist.
Yes! Yeah.
He's
Good
in there
segue.
too?
He's,
Hey!
he's both best protagonist and antagonist, and I thought this was so weird. And I'm like, what about you, Val? I think we give Eren Yeager best antagonist, right?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Hands down. But let's discuss the list. The only nomination that My Hero Academia got this year. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Tomura Shigaraki got Best Antagonist nomination, which I go, in the manga, not in the anime. I mean, this feels like a pity nominee. It feels like a pity nomination for My Hero Academia. How sad.
Like, how can we not have it on here, but also we have good reason to not have it
We have
on
good
here?
reason because anime actually did shit this year, and
Yeah.
and My Hero
anymore.
and Studio Bones needs to come to Jesus moment. Do they want to have anime or do they want to have movies? Because the movie didn't get nominated either. I do not believe. I'm scrolling down now.
It probably.
No,
I'm
it was
sure
not. It wasn't even nominated for best movie,
Wow.
which is stunning because
Wow.
exactly I cannot believe because it was a stacked year for movies. But when we talk about like this is like a freaking moral thing, it made a lot of money. The movie made a lot of money, so obviously they're choosing the movies. But let's get back on topic. The best antagonist of the year is Studio Bones. The list of antagonists is Eren Yeager, Shigaraki, Yano from Odd Taxi. This is the freestyling porcupine.
Can I just say, I'll actually say this right now. He's actually one of the weakest aspects of Odd Taxi for me. I feel like he's a character purely with a gimmick.
I agree. I think he's a novelty. I
Exactly.
like his novelty. Like basically, he is the epitome of I need to. I think I said this during movie night as well.
No. My question is, why isn't the Mandrill on there?
Yes.
I forget
Okay.
his
So there's
name
a
right now.
mandrill.
Why isn't he
There's a
there?
mandrill in Odd Taxi. Yes, he should have been the freaking antagonist of the year. He's voiced by Solid Snake. He's very complex, like Eren Yeager. Like I should say, he's an asshole. He's an abuser and a fucking asshole. But
Absolutely.
he's so
Prick.
charismatic.
Compelling.
And he
He's a
and he
compelling
forms
character.
a great relationship with Arakawa. That mandrill would not be as great without Arakawa. Again, that's why Arakawa is protagonist of the year. He makes every character around him greater. He makes that mandrill so charismatic that in the end, the final episode, he starts going nuts and he goes, "Hey, did you guys forget I'm the bad guy?" Like he literally says that. And I slap myself on the forehead. I forgot.
I did indeed.
I forgot he's the fucking bad guy. He's so charismatic. Yeah, he should be on there. But I want to go back to Yano. He's a freestyling porcupine Steena. You would fucking love him.
Would I?
But he's the epitome of, okay, again, I'm writing this script, I'm trying to pitch to Hollywood. I forgot to characterize this guy's dialogue. How do I give him a quirk in his dialogue where if I see him in a script, people will know who he is? Make him a freestyle rapper.
Oh, fuck.
It's-
I like him.
Yeah,
I picked
Steena,
him.
you would love him. Steena, you would love him. You would adore him.
Oh,
But yeah,
Precious.
I think he's the most unique antagonist on the list. But he's not the best, because that mandrill's the freaking best. In Odd Taxi, but I will still give it to Eren Yeager. Otherwise, Echidna from ReZero. Do we watch ReZero? I don't watch ReZero.
I don't watch ReZero.
I heard ReZero got really good too. I'm sorry, I'm just not an isekai guy. I'm not an isekai guy.
I just miss every major trend.
Another one, Adam from Skate to the Infinity.
That I still want to see. Like, I haven't watched it, but that's one that I actually genuinely have been meaning to get to, just because I really loved going to the skate park as a kid and watching all my friends
The only
skate.
reason I want to, I don't want to watch. Okay, funny, our dear pals at Funimation, we love you. I don't want to watch the Funimation dub of Skate Infinity. I want to watch the 4Kids dub of Skate Infinity. This is something that belongs on Fox Kids Saturdays.
Oh, I love that.
That's
delightful.
that's the reason why I refuse to watch this. Because
Oh.
I have a version of it in my head that's better than the one I will see. Although I've heard there's some lines in there where they went a little bit. I basically there was rumblings that there was some improv going on in the booth in that one, and so for
That's
that,
cool.
I'm not caught up on the directions who directed that one, but whoever did, thank you for allowing just a small piece of 4Kids to exist. I think even they felt it too, that this is something that's like 20 years too late. Otherwise, we have Tada Kisaki from Tokyo Revengers. We haven't seen Tokyo Revengers. We should. We're sorry, audience. But yeah, we agree that Eren Yeager is the antagonist of the year. Best fight scene. Let's read the list before we go nuts.
I literally haven't seen any of these fights.
Me neither. You think
same.
me as Shonen Trash would, but we have...
Actually, wait. I did see Eren Yeager versus the Warhammer Titan, and I did.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah,
So by default.
Eren Yeager versus the Warhammer Titan, which I would agree. We have Naruto versus Ishiki from Boruto.
I saw a clip of that. That was actually pretty cool.
Yuji and Ido versus Hanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. All the Jujutsu Kaisen fans are going to freaking yell at us. Nobara and Yuji versus Iso and Keisuzu. Jujutsu Kaisen again. Elmo versus Toru. Okay, I saw this in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. I think this was like what started the season to get people talking. I would call that a contender. And then Vivi versus Yugo and Fluorite Ice Song, which I have.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I've seen this fight. I've seen it. Okay, Fluorite's Ice Song. I've seen this fight. I actually want to watch this anime.
What is it?
This is like, this might be a Chinese anime.
Oh.
It might be. I don't quote me on that. But it's basically like a modern freaking Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, okay.
Robot protagonist, crazy.
Cyberpunk?
They basically, someone described it. They said it was almost like the guys who directed The Raid Redemption, all that.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
It's those kind of fight scenes.
Oh, that makes my heart.
They
happy.
said the fight scenes go nuts. They said this is a blockbuster anime.
I love that.
I'm surprised this is not getting nominated for Anime of the Year, but maybe it's because a lot of people didn't see it.
I miss Anime Club. I miss when we did like a little, like when we watched Zatch Bell, for example. I want to do that with
Because
some of this
D&D
shit.
got in the way. We need to find a new night for Anime Club.
Yeah. Yes.
We need to find a new, and we need Val in Anime Club too.
Yeah, Val, you need to come to Anime Club.
I mean, I already kind of have my own anime club with a friend of mine.
It's better than
Oh,
going
with
to
hookers
Anime
and
Club
strippers
on
and
campus.
booze, we know. Whatever. So the fight of the year is Eren Yeager versus Warhammer Titan because the staging, I like, from what I did see of these fights, they look great. But it's more than just the fight for me. It's the staging. Eren Yeager versus Warhammer Titan is a pop-off
That
moment.
is actually the bit that I feel like really reinvigorate. There's a section of the series of Attack on Titan that I feel like really reinvigorated a lot of shit because it went slow introducing everything in Marley.
Yes. No. When I was reading the manga, this is what got me back in. This like was a breath of fresh. It was a refresh for the series. But again, we go back to the modern epic. This fight is epic. Like, these all are great. Maybe the Vivi fight is Anime Fight of the Year. But Eren Yeager, again, with the Warhammer Titan, this is going to go down as one of the greatest of all
I
time.
actually agree with you, by the way. For a while, I didn't read Attack on Titan. Then I just checked in to see what was going on. And that fight and everything with the staging around it and the events that were going on made me go back and reread the shit that I missed.
Yes, because when I talk about staging, I talk about everything that's happening. When I count this fight, I talk about everything that's going on in this fight. The standout moment for me is the lieutenant, the one who has the jaw titan that bites things, and that scene where all the Paradise Island soldiers are charging him, and he goes, "How dare they charge at me? How dare they not be afraid of me?" And I'm just like, Attack on Titan has changed so much.
As someone who's only seen season 1, do they enslave the Titans now? Like,
no, they fight the Titans. Hey, no, wait, no.
Also, you said
okay.
he had the jaw titan.
Hey. I do not recommend, because we said that SSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSSS highest recommendation for a modern mech series is Attack on Titan.
What?
It's Flesh Gundam.
Like I know about Eren.
Yeah.
Like I remember that shit. So is it like?
So it becomes
like,
more
not
like Gundam.
Just him and Annie. There's like more people.
There's more.
Or...
There's more.
Oh,
It becomes
God.
Flesh Gundam.
Wow.
That
sounds so gross
and that's the thing that I remarked on when we were when it premiered. I think we covered it a couple episodes ago. When it came out, I said the fight with Mappa in charge. These fights have never felt more like mech fights. Like the way they position the camera inside the Titans, the way they're connected to the Titans now, and the way they move inside, it feels like a mech. It feels like they are attached like a mech cockpit now.
This feels like homework. It feels like I'm gonna understand this genre so
Yeah,
well.
Unironically, I consider Attack on Titan a mech series. I really do. I really do, and I think it's incredible.
I'm not going to elaborate on it, but do you know about the Titan bread theory?
to tell me, because I might know.
Oh,
Okay. The theory was that the Titans are made of bread or yeast or something because of the way that, like, when they expand and everything, like when Eren turns into a Titan, when anyone turns into a Titan,
Shut the
like
fuck
that,
up.
They are covered in heat, and the idea that apparently
stupid.
something about like that was like an early theory, I believe.
Okay, hold me
as far as I'm
to hold me to this, audience. We are making a. I was trying to make a pun on mech anime with baking, but I can't think of anything right now. Let's make a baking mech series. Val, let's co-write. You, me, Steena.
Oh my god.
Let's co-write a mech series
I'm alright
with
with
food
that.
and baking.
This sounds
and
like a shoujo mech crossover.
a culinary mech series. Let's do it. We have artists. We can hire someone.
Ivan,
This
I'm
sounds
already
great.
down for this. I'm
Hold
actually
me to
already
it.
down for this.
Audience, tag us every day on Twitter and ask where the culinary mech series is. We gotta think of a
They'll
name
have
for
a
it though.
big ass oven in their chest. Fuck, man.
Something. But no, I like
Yeah,
Val's.
we'll think of
No,
a
I
name.
like Val's theory about the heat with the yeast.
Yeah.
I didn't make
Just
this
inside a
theory.
big,
This isn't
like,
Val's
loaf.
bread on.
This isn't Val's thing.
Well, too bad
but
we're
gonna
stealing
make
it.
Real.
We're stealing it though. That's fucking sick.
Shall we? But I think we should move on to best director because we only
Yeah,
have like
Yes,
two
because we're
things that
gonna
we're
have a
solid.
whole episode dedicated to us writing our own mech series.
Yeah.
Best director. This is a tough one. Yuichiro Hayashi, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1. Yikes, man. I want to give to him, but then you have Sung-Hoo Park on Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. In terms of shonen trash, it's the best. It's the top of the trash heap, baby. Yo Moriyama, Megalo Box, Nomad. I do believe a woman directed this, if I'm being correct. Don't quote me on it. Either she wrote or she directed or both.
That's tough because that's a unisex name.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
I know there was at least a woman in the writer's room. Yeah, but let's keep it going here. But otherwise, Baku Kinoshita on Odd Taxi, Shingo Natsume on Sunny Boy, and Shin Yakabayashi in Wonder Egg Priority. I also want to give to Odd Taxi.
I feel as though Odd Taxi wasn't that interesting in terms of its direction. The only bits that really stood out to me are the moments where Odokawa was talking about his trauma. Those are the only bits.
But that's
stood out to me
writing.
in
But
terms of, like,
no,
the
that was some
direction.
good direction. Yeah, it's tough, man. Because Odd Taxi looks really great, but was it really that compellingly? I'm trying to it's been forever since I watched it, and I'm going through my head. I'm trying to figure out the framing. Oh, I really like the way the taxi scenes are staged, though. Because you think it would be a lot of reverse shot, but it's actually really good. I wish I'd rewatched this beforehand, because I would love to go into detail about how the way the taxi scenes are shot always stood out to me in my head, but I can't
I'm legitimately
describe
happy
it.
though. I just want to say I am legitimately happy that Odd Taxi has shown up as much as it has in this list.
Yeah, but if we don't give to Odd Taxi, because Ranking of Kings isn't on here either. So let's be fair and nice. Let's not give something to just Ranking Kings Odd Taxi. What would we say is best director on this list?
I might have to go Jujutsu Kaisen for what I've seen of it.
I would concede. I would concede to Jujutsu Kaisen. I would rather give it to. No, I'm giving it to Sunny Boy. From anything.
You watched one episode.
I watched one episode, but
Which
I've also
says a lot.
But I've seen other scenes. I know the music direction. all those parts for director. I'm giving it to Shingo Natsume because he's a fucking legend. I'm giving him a legacy award. I'm giving the award. I'm giving the Leo DiCaprio award.
It's goddamn about time award.
What about best animation? then?
Okay, best animation. Let's go through the list. Demon Slayer, the Mugen Train arc, Jujutsu Kaisen, Core 2, Mish Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S, Mushoku Tensei, Vivi, and Wonder Egg Priority. I'm giving it to Mushoku
I
Tensei.
didn't watch it. How is that? I hear
The
there's-
Jobless Reincarnation.
Okay, it's about a guy who gets reincarnated into a magical world, so it's an isekai.
This is a good isekai. This is
I
actually
guess you don't mind them.
Wow, a good isekai from Ivan LeRoy.
Whoa,
Because here's why.
Steena,
No,
go
here's
watch
why.
fucking
It's
Visions
not.
of
It's not.
Estaflone.
No. What I'm saying is, Ivan fucking hates isekais.
Yeah, and this
I've
makes
never
me-
met someone with so much resentment for a single genre. If he says this is a good isekai, that's an oxymoron, and I will watch it.
No, here's the thing. It's a decent isekai. It's a better fantasy. We talk about how there's no proper romance in anime anymore. there's no proper fantasy
That's true.
in anime anymore.
It's not even.
Yeah.
Actually, it's technically not even an isekai, except for the fact that the character is like aware.
Yeah, I mean, it's still an isekai, but it's a fantasy first.
I only know like a bit about the show, and it sounds somewhat interesting.
It's beautiful, Val. It is every facet of the show is beautiful, except for some of the quirks with the protagonist that I really don't like, and it really turned me off. I actually have not finished Core 2 because the perviness of that character went like dialed to 11. It was pissing me off.
This is far too horny.
Is it when he's talking about the fact that he's like, yo, my mom's kind of hot in this world?
That's funny.
Why am I attracted
That's
to
age
her?
appropriate to an extent because he's a 40-year-old in his mind. But it gets worse in Core 2 though with other characters, and I don't like it. But I will get back to it because it's fucking incredible.
It's kind of like, even though I like Seven Deadly Sins somewhat, like the main character, the Melodious, pisses me off when the first thing he
Melodious is fucking lazy. His perviness is fucking lazy. It feels like
It is.
It feels like they did it because they felt obligated to, and it's like you don't even have to feel obligated. That's a horrible thing to do.
No one likes that trope. You can drop it.
Nobody fucking likes it except for fucking horny Japanese kids and fucking neckbeards. All right.
Yeah.
We've moved on. We've outgrown this. Stop it. Okay.
I have to give it to Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, because here's the thing. I don't actually like Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
But it looks good.
Like, at all. But it looks really good, and I know Kyoto Animation are freaking impeccable.
Yeah.
And I also think, considering what happened, it's like really amazing.
It's
that they've
incredible.
come out
It's
so
incredible
ringing.
for them to bring that show back and the Violet Evergarden movie last
Like
year.
a phoenix. Like a fucking phoenix.
Oh my god, they
are
never missed
literally a phoenix.
missed a beat. It's the resilience of those people. The skill.
I just do not like Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I'm just not a fan of it either, but I appreciate
It's one of those cutesy shows that I feel like really just appeals to the I don't know, pissants.
To an extent, I don't think so. I think the piss fans have now moved on to Nagatoro and shit. I feel like the genre has gotten even trashier.
What is wrong with cute anime?
Well, that's what I'm saying is that I think like the shitty abusive love interest was a offshoot of the cutesy,
Yes.
and all the shitty people moved along with
You're
it.
talking like Inclaned.
They
like,
migrated.
He's the worst.
They all migrated.
I do not like the main dragon girl for shit like, you know, trying to give Kobayashi fucking magical love potions that will make her fall in love with her against her will and shit.
That's
I
irresponsible.
really
yeah.
don't like her.
That's not consent.
The one spell I won't cast.
What else don't I like? I don't like the horny child for the other child dragon.
Yeah, that
I
shit.
hate her. I really don't like that. I don't like.
I don't like how the Dragon Child's designed. That thing's a fucking PR nightmare.
What else is there? God, there's just lots of things I don't like about it. Degenerates was the word I was looking.
What?
That degenerates was what I was doing. And no, the degenerates have moved on with, what is it? My Dress Up Darling.
Oh, yeah.
that's what they've moved on.
Fucking Rel this morning.
Oh, we'll see an abridge of that very soon. I
I'm
guarantee
so
it.
excited.
I guarantee it. But no, let's move on. Jobless Reincarnation. Val, please watch it. Is impeccable. You love D&D. You'll love
I
this.
do love D. I tried playing D&D with people that weren't
Us.
you guys the other day, and these guys.
Good
were
luck.
okay
Good luck.
and
We're
everything.
incredible.
No, I tried playing D&D with strangers, and they were all right, but I just wasn't into it. I was just
Yeah.
like,
Side note, we should save this for another podcast, but I play D&D with strangers, and strangers fucking suck at D&D. I'm gonna put a pin in that conversation. We will have that, but I'm sorry, but most D&D players fucking suck at D&D.
It's true.
I will die on that hill that the Matt Mercer effect is real, and it sucks that you guys are on the other side of it because we've got good DMs and good players. It sucks to be you guys. Best character design. This is interesting. We have Tadashi Hiramatsu with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm sorry, but the manga. I understand that there is an argument to be had for adaptational style.
the demons look the best in it.
Yeah, but for adaptational style, like when you actually change the manga, even the subtleties when you're trying to remain faithful, I understand, but I don't want Jujutsu Kaisen on this nominee list. We have Odd Taxi, Ranking of Kings, Skate the Infinity, Vivi, and Wonder Egg Priority. This is, I think, where Wonder Egg Priority has a sound argument because that main character, that yellow jacket, forget the deviant, the dichromaticism when you have two colored eyes. Fuck
Yes.
that deviant art trope, but the yellow parka really makes that character
She
stand
looks
out.
like Coraline.
Yeah, they ripped off Coraline.
So never mind, disqualified.
I wanna give this one to Odd Taxi.
You don't say.
But
no, it's
Ranking of Kings is also. Yeah, I want to give it to Ranking of Kings too.
I'm gonna be honest. Look, I like Odd Taxi, and you know I like Odd Taxi, but all the designs are things that I could think of. I could sit there and just go.
Animals,
it's
you
just
mean?
animals.
Yes, we can.
All the designs are animals.
We can all think about animals, but I agree. You know, for that reason, that reason alone, anyone can think of animal designs.
I can look at Ivan and think monkey in I don't know, a hat like that flat cap that you have, and your
oh, are we gonna make our Odd Taxi Sonas? Let's do it. Let's do it. Everyone commission button right now. They don't have enough work to do. Best score.
Sunny Boy isn't on
Steena.
here.
Steena would be.
But that's score. There's a difference between score and soundtrack.
Antelope.
Is soundtrack on here? One second, let me double check.
Yeah. So best
Are they
score.
not the same thing?
I declare that a score and a soundtrack are two different things. Oh, soundtrack is not on this.
Wait, so I need to hear this argument though. How are they different things?
A score, in my mind, is orchestration. It moves with the story. Basically, you sit down in a studio, you watch the footage, and you score the music with it. Leitmotifs, all that jazz. A soundtrack is where you just make a track and then apply it. And I say Sunny Boy has the best soundtrack. They have a lot of vocal songs in there as well. That's what I mean. A lot of pop songs and stuff like that.
Sure.
That soundtrack, hands down, Sunny Boy. That being said, Sunny Boy also has an incredible score that I definitely wish was on the nominees list. Yeah, best score. Here's the list: 86, Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, Megalo Box 2, Odd Taxi, Vivi, and Wonder Egg Priority. I want to give it to Megalo Box 2.
You know, actually, I've heard some songs from that. In fact, Megalo Box didn't have the first season didn't have a bad soundtrack.
Oh no, bad. Megalobox season 2. Sorry, the first season of Megalobox. If they had one inarguably great quality about it, its soundtrack was a banger.
Yeah,
that soundtrack was awesome.
It was.
Season 2.
So I can
season
actually
2
agree with
is more understated, and it's still incredible.
I only remember one song from Odd Taxi, and that's the.
No, all I remember from Odd Taxi is the ED, the ending, which I think has best ending.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, let's give it to Megalobox 2. Okay, so now best Seiyu, we have Ayane Sakura for Gabby Braun in Attack on Titan, solid. Yuji Kaji for Eren Yeager, which I would also agree. Kiyoshi Kobayashi for Daisuke Jigen in Lupin the Third Part 6.
I feel like that is actually
that's the Leo DiCaprio award.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say, because they sent him off. They sent off the original.
I'm gonna break my own rule because we have Natsuki Hane for Arakawa. We have Aoi Yuki for Kumoko in Song of Spider, So What, in Isekai. Who gives a shit? I heard it was good though, but I don't give a shit because it's Isekai. Kanata Ikawa for Ioto in Wonder Egg Priority.
I have a problem with this list.
What's up?
Odokawa is on too many of these lists, because quite frankly, there were a lot of really standout performances in Odd Taxi. I would even go as far as to say that the Porcupine guy, Yano, that I don't even like, as you know, would be a better fit for Best Voice Actor in Odd Taxi.
Well, I mean, this is a bunch of Western weebs that make these nominations, isn't it? So it's
Probably.
like, it's no surprise that the most memorable characters also are nominated for like the most memorable voice actors.
You hear them the most.
Because, especially with Japanese, because here's the thing.
Tougher job.
No, not just that, but like Western audiences, and this is something, like, I'll die on this hill. It's my opinion on the subs versus dubs debate. People that say that the subs are better are almost always not native Japanese speakers.
They 100%
they don't
never
know what they're fucking hearing.
Yeah, they
don't know if it's a good performance or
they
not.
They 100% don't understand.
Exactly. Like, they have no idea if it sounds natural. They have no idea if the intonation is even correct. They have no idea if the enunciation is correct. And I know it's like a harder field to break into in Japan, so overall, all those things are probably there. But it's like, they wouldn't know a good performance from a bad one. They just wouldn't, you know? I mean, unless it's like people that speak it at an advanced level, I really think that in general, like, and this might be a hot take, but I think it's a bullshit category for a Western audience to be voting on.
Yeah, I agree. But that being said, major respect to Kiyoshi Kobayashi. I bow my head all the way down. My forehead is touching the table right now. In just the most, like,
it's not.
humble
He's
respect.
lying to you. Thank you.
I did it.
Now he is.
I'm gonna do it. Everyone, listen to me bang my head on the desk right now.
No, what?
No, man, I'm sorry.
Stop that.
Okay.
Stop it. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to edit.
Well, don't tell them that I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's too late, but...
I would actually even say that the mandrill that I previously mentioned.
Yeah, so that's what I want to get to. Akio Atsuka, the voice of Solid Snake. That mandrill, he's my Seiyu of the year.
He was really good in that role. I seriously loved every bit of him. One of my favorite bits is definitely where he's like, no, I didn't sell that eraser to you. What are you talking about? And then falls out of his fucking pocket.
You're right. Oh,
That's like
I
my
love
that
it.
was actually like my favorite bit in the whole show.
Yep. I want to give to him,
Dobu!
so that's our write-in.
That's his name, Dobu.
Dobu was his name. Yes, you're right. It was Dobu. Which, ironically, he's now the new voice of Jigen in Lupin the Third.
That's great.
Awesome. That's who I would have picked. So now, Best English VA. We have Brittany Cox as Faina in Faina Pirate Princess. I heard this was good.
Princess?
I was gonna watch this and I
love
lost track.
pirates.
This was on my watch list and I just ran out of time.
Oh, fuck. I
Laura
love
Bailey.
pirates.
So, you know, if they were doing these award shows in person, Laura Bailey would automatically win. So they could pull because she's in that area.
Can someone tell me what else Laura Bailey has done?
She was Trunks in Dragon Ball.
She was Shin-chan.
I do believe at some point
She
I
was
heard her in One
Lust.
Piece.
Yes.
Yeah, Lust in
Yes.
FMA. She was Shin-chan. She was... I'm sure she was in One Piece at some point. She was Sana Karada and Kadocha.
Yeah, she's got a hell of a resume in
She
anime.
was the sweetheart of the early 2000s. She was in fucking everything.
Yep.
Like, she was every pro tag. Like, you'd know her if you heard her voice.
Yeah, her and our gal Colleen were college roommates, and that's how she got into Funimation. She's like, "Yo, Colleen."
I don't know, by the way, the specific improv you're talking about with the Adam character is "What's up, you bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes."
Oh, I love it. What the fuck?
Yep, that was his.
That's adorable.
That was his 4Kids moment.
Gimme, gimme, gimme. I love it.
So yeah, David. Oh, David Wall. Okay, I love David. We know David. We know David. We see him every year at Anime Dallas. Absolute sweetheart. I love that man. Adam MacArthur for Yuji Itadori. Matt Shipman for Reki Kyan, also in Skate Affinity. Inaris Quinones in Rika in Wonder Egg Priority. I think it's a foot race between Laura and David. What do you guys think?
I didn't watch any dubs this year.
That's a tough one. So there's a biased part of me that wants to say David, but also I just know how hard Laura Bailey brings it.
Wait, no, I did. They were just old stuff. Yeah.
Again, David's an improv guy. He tickled that itch I have for 4Kids.
So that right there, to me, that I think that would clinch it. Just because that's an entirely separate skill, but to be able to improv in character rather than just like your normal ass voice, that's pretty fucking cool.
The fact that your director can
And
trust
against
you to
voice
do
flaps.
that.
Yes.
In such a people who don't understand voice acting complain about how Funimation's all woke and scripted and they ruin the scripts. They don't realize that the Japanese license holders are very strict. They tell them what to write.
Yeah, they review this stuff. You know, ever since Ghost Stories, they've been very wary about dubs in the West, you know?
Yeah, people talk about how Ghost Stories was the greatest dub ever. Well, according to Japan, it's the worst thing ever, and it literally changed. It changed.
It's probably why we have such a hard time with copyright.
It changed script writing.
It did.
Ghost Stories created more problems. Like people have this wonderful story. Ah, God, I wish I had it on me right now, but I would love to link you guys. We have some friends who document anime, and they have there is more proof that Ghost Stories was actually a problem. Like the popular story about Ghost Stories was the fact that nobody cared that it did bad in Japan, and so they didn't care what people did with it.
Yeah, that was
That's
it.
actually not the truth.
Really?
It actually was very popular in Japan, and the company that played with this kind of broke the rules.
See, I thought that the manga was very, very popular. The anime was underwhelming when, like, it came out, and people were like, okay, well, the manga's still great, but they were like, we'll sell the dub rights cheap because it didn't make much money and we just want to break even, is what I heard.
It did a lot better than people were saying, but we have some friends who definitely, like, researched this and did interviews, and they said, no, like, was it Discotheque? I don't want to throw anyone on the bus. Don't quote me, guys. I'm not even gonna say.
Some company, sometime in the past.
But whoever dubbed it, they broke some rules, and that wasn't supposed to happen. And to this day, we are still feeling the fallout of that from Japan.
It was ADV.
All I knew about it was what Greg Ayres said, basically, about they were told to do whatever to sell it, supposedly.
That was the popular story. That was not the actual case.
No, that's what Greg Ayres said at a convention.
Yeah, but they say things. Greg says things. I love it. Greg is another guy we see a lot, and he says things, and we love him. He's funny. He's a funny guy. Scripting is very strict. To get the chance to improv, that's a testament to your skill and your legacy and your pedigree as a voice actor. I want to give it to David Wald.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. I like it.
He made an iconic moment.
Best OP is bullshit, because Ranking of Kings is not in this
category.
category.
Ranking of Kings Core 2, well, that's technically next year.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be back. We'll be back for Ranking of Kings OP 2.
I will tame my tongue. This is fine then. Shit.
If they even nominate, because at the beginning of the year, so people forget about it.
I did not watch any of these in dub, so I don't know. I have.
Well, this isn't dub. These are just the openings now.
Yeah, just OP.
Oh, well, openings. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're giving David Wald the best performance.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Best opening. My War from Attack on Titan. That's a sick opening. Beastars. Didn't watch it. I watched the first season.
Wait. It's not the first season.
Not the first. No.
Yeah,
the first season OP is fucking lit. I don't know about season 2.
I love that. It's good. It's actually a really good song. Really catchy. The visuals are cool, but it's not nearly as memorable, in my opinion, as the first OP. Jujutsu Kaisen. I didn't see its second opening.
No, me neither.
I might have to go with Odd Taxi, actually.
Odd Taxi,
I'm going to go with Odd Taxi.
Skirt and Punpee, I agree with this. Otherwise, Crybaby for Tokyo Revengers. I'm going to give it to Odd Taxi. Yeah.
Ending sequence.
But the end, I like the ending better. But yeah, let's go to ending now, which this is where Odd Taxi didn't get nominated for fucking the best ED. That's a crime. That ED is incredible. But let's look at what is there. Shogeki for Attack on Titan, also great. Yasashi Susi, Yaosobi for Beastars. Shirogane Lisa for Demon Slayer. Nai Riona for Shadow's House. Infinity Yuri for Skate Infinity. And Gambare for Watashi in Soma Spider So What.
I will actually have to say Beastars as ED this year, or last year, was really good, really beautiful. It goes to Beastars for me. You should actually. I will
take your word. Personally, it's Odd Taxi, but I will take your word for this.
Wasn't Odd Taxi just a car with different colors and stuff?
Yeah, but it's the song. It was the song.
Oh no, it's a good song. I remember the song.
But let's take visuals into account as well. And yes, Beastars season 2's ED. But now,
seriously, I will send you the link to it, and you can tell me how nice it looks and sounds like.
Okay,
after.
Here's the list. It's obvious what we're giving this to, but best action: Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, Jujutsu Kaisen, SSSSSSSSS, Dynazeman, Vivi, Wonder Egg Priority. We're gonna give it to Demon Slayer, right?
I trust Demon Slayer. Like, I don't.
Even though it's technically a movie, and this is horseshit.
Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, I'll say this. Wait. No, I'm not gonna vote for Demon Slayer then, because that movie looks exactly like the anime.
Exactly. That was my criticism of the movie. Anything we saw in the movie was nothing they couldn't already do in the anime, except for two. There was 2 key Sakuga moments, but otherwise, anything that they did in the movie could have been done in the anime. And
well, apparently, at the very least,
made the anime afterwards.
They actually did it from a different perspective that was not done in the manga.
True.
Yeah, they did it. They did it as
let's
another
give the best
character's
action to Attack on
journey there,
Titan.
basically. Yeah, it might go to Jujutsu actually. I don't know.
Maybe it will. I wouldn't know.
Jujutsu.
I don't watch a lot of action, so I have no clue.
I gotta get over the fact that this isn't our personal opinions even at times. This is just what we think will win sometimes.
Now, this is where things get fucked again, where things start doubling up. Best Comedy. This is probably the worst list of nominees I've ever fucking seen. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Heaven's Design Team. Komi Can't Communicate. Life Lessons with Oromichi Onisan. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. And Odd Taxi. But Odd Taxi's also nominated for Best Drama.
What the hell?
This is like the Golden Globes all over again. What do we do here?
I would have to say Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi made me laugh my freaking ass off with the bit that I mentioned earlier. Where it turns out that Dobu swindled that guy, like, when he was a child on eBay or something.
Oh yeah, with the eraser. That's a great moment. That's a Shane Black moment.
That was the biggest payoff in that anime.
There's literally an episode dedicated to comedians as well. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It was more of a drama to me. I don't get this. But we'll give it Odd Taxi. Why not?
Why not? We didn't see anything.
Otherwise, Best Drama, 86, Fruits Basket, Kageki Shoujo, Odd Taxi, To Your Eternity, and Wonder Egg Priority. I'm giving it to Odd Taxi again. It's not even close.
I'm confused how Fruba ended up on this list. Did it get darker or something? Like...
Fruba? Oh, Fruits Basket. That's your
Fruits,
fandom
that's a drama.
name,
It's just a drama.
I never saw it as a drama. I exclusively saw it as a romance. But
Well, romance is dramatic. There's only...
guess.
But didn't the original Fruits Basket not actually finish the story, and that's why they're redoing it?
That's correct. So
That is dramatic.
they ran out of budget before they got to the end of the manga. So when it came back, that's why everyone was so psyched, because there were like whole arcs that we never got to see, characters we never got to meet on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a game changer.
Fair. But I actually think it'll go to Kageki Shoujo because I hear good things about it. I actually auditioned for it, but didn't get a role.
Aw.
Oh,
I
poor
want to
baby.
say I
That's
would
the
vote for
drama
it for
here.
best romance, but also it sounds like this Horimiya one might be really good. I don't know, man.
Yeah, so Best Romance, we have Beastars,
It
Fruits
isn't
Basket,
Beastars.
Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, get the fuck out of here, Horimiya, Komi Can't Communicate, and The Duke of Death and His Maid. I would concede, even though I don't give a damn about Beastars, I would concede to Beastars from what I've heard of it.
Is it a romance?
I will say this right now as someone who has read the entire manga. I didn't actually watch all of the second season. I got a little bit in there. The romance of the story really takes a back seat, and I actually feel bad for the rabbit character because in the manga, she gets shafted and ignored for the longest fucking time. She kind of just becomes a prize for Legoshi to have when all of the bullshit is done, in my opinion.
Boo.
So you're saying give it to Horimiya then?
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Okay, we're almost at the end here, and
We
we're
got two
running.
more.
Yeah, and we're running low on time here. We're already like way past time here.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, Best Fantasy. This is the difficult one. We have Jobless Reincarnation, Ranking of Kings, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2, The Case Study of Vanitas, To Your Eternity, Wonder Egg Priority.
I gotta see this fucking show. It got nominated for everything.
I think Wonder Egg was the fad anime of the year. I thought the first half
for a
last
bit.
year.
Yeah.
Until
yeah.
it fell apart. It ruined everything in the end.
Uh,
I mean, it's easy to give it a Ranking of Kings. Do we give it to Ranking of Kings just because we love it so much?
I would say so. I haven't watched
would.
Mushoku Tensei, but I trust you that it's probably a really good fantasy.
I do
and
need to
I'm
see that
interested in it. It's like I don't mind if a character is a pervert if I'm entertained by other things throughout the thing.
I might torture myself and watch all the winners this year if they're not already on my list, but we'll fucking see. Just because I'm tired of missing the boat on literally everything.
Okay.
I'm so behind.
But otherwise, the last nomination. Man, a lot of films this year, and a lot that didn't even get nominated. We have Belle, Evangelion, Thrice Upon a Time, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, Josie, the Tiger and the Fish, Shirobako, the movie. I can't believe that got nominated.
I didn't see any.
I'm
of
assuming
these.
Crunchyroll produced it, guys. I don't know why it's doing on there. Words bubble up like soda pop.
I think that's the only one that's on my watch list from that list.
I have to give it to Evangelion.
What did you think of Evangelion? I didn't watch it because I'm kind of like, I still haven't even finished the original.
We talked about this on
same.
Saturday Jump. I find that Evangelion was it spoke a lot about itself. Like, it's a very narcissistic film, but I really love it. It slapped so hard. It finally gave you some answers. In a way. I mean, it left a lot of questions still, as Evan likes to do. But it's just, I love it because, although End of Eva is iconic, I can see that it's very iconic. I actually do not like End of Evangelion. I find it to be a very misanthropic film. I think a lot of things are I think they were problematic then. I think they're even more problematic now. A lot of things going on in that film. As time passes, I hate End of Eva more, and I like how Evangelion Threats of Time fixes it.
The things that I've heard about the End of Eva have made me vow that I won't watch it. Like, I watched the first 5 or 6 episodes, and then I it got spoiled for me in some Anatube video, and I was like, hard pass. Super hard pass.
That's what kept me away from the original. End of Eva is what kept me away from the original Evangelion. I only knew the Rebuild series. So go figure, I like the finale of the Rebuild movies. I know the Rebuilds are very controversial. I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with them. I love the Rebuilds. I stayed away from the original a lot because of End of Eva. But when this came out, it got me to watch the original again. And watching the whole original, then watching the ending, I think they go hand in hand so fucking well with each other. I love it. I freaking love it. But that being said, I can't speak on Belle because Belle's not accessible to us. Only our SoCal friends got to see Belle.
It looks so pretty though. Look at that.
I actually saw a poster of Belle on my way from work the other day, on my last day of work, just yesterday. I finished the laboring job. Finished the job. Apparently it was so good that the landowners or the building owners were like just super pleased, gonna call us back, and
they gave you the building. Oh, congrats.
I deserve that building.
Now you live here.
You're a landowner now. Congratulations, Val.
He is a landowner though. He owns land.
I do.
Oh fuck.
Technically.
He's a lord.
I'm technically a lord. Yeah. It's some stupid.
He's technically a lord.
I own I don't know, 2 square foot of land. Or something like that.
2 square.
Wait, no. I own 2 sections of like 5 square foot of land.
That counts.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like 10 square foot. Anyway,
But no,
point is.
I'm looking at the poster for Belle right now, and I am just a slut for a pink and blue color palette.
It's a Mamoru Hosoda film. It can't be
Ugh.
bad, so it's obviously gonna win.
It's
But
beautiful.
then we have Demon Slayer Mugen Train.
I should have gone to that screening at the
I feel like
Flicks.
he's really drawing from fucking, what is it? He's drawing from like Digimon.
Summer Wars?
Summer Wars. Because I
He's
know
obsessed
that,
with this palette.
Oh yeah, he's obsessed with that goddamn concept of there being like an online world and shit.
I hope he finally puts it to bed here. But otherwise, Demon Slayer, you've heard my complaints on Saturday Jump about the Mugen Train. It's paced like a string of episodes. There's a lot of dead space, there's a lot of repetition, it's very annoying. They could cut 40 minutes off that film. And they should have.
I felt that exact same way when I was watching the Lupin the Third Nostradamus film the other night.
Yeah, but that being said, Demon Slayer Mugen Train's best moments are iconic. Going back to how we didn't give Attack on Titan certain awards for the year, but we're talking about all time, and I think Mugen Train has some all-time great moments in it.
I'm still surprised they aren't turning the Attack on Titan finale into a movie.
Oh, give it time, Val. Val, give it time. They'll do it. But
No,
yeah.
I've literally not seen a single thing on this list.
But yeah, as I say, I feel
Yeah.
like you guys aren't prepared for this list. Otherwise,
No.
I've seen Demon Slayer, I've seen Evangelion. I would have saw Belle if it was showing, but this is the one where they didn't get, because I've been getting press tickets for anime films. I'm considered an influencer now. It's great, but
Hey.
but they had no Belle showings in my state, in my entire, well, probably somewhere in my state, but nowhere I was near enough to get a press ticket for. So unfortunately, didn't get to fucking see Belle. So I'll have to wait for that one or pirate it, because who knows? Because they don't make these things available. So many anime films out this year. I'm hoping they continue to mainstream it some more, because I would like to see them. I would like to see all of these. Otherwise, you know where we'll see these on? We'll see these on HBO. Because
Yeah.
HBO takes anime seriously. Unless
goodness
Disney's gonna
someone
start
does.
buying licenses.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Jujutsu Kaisen film, because I am going to finish the anime, or at least read up to a certain point in the manga before
I
it
can't
comes
I
out.
can't wait to see it, because I know it's based on the pilot for Jujutsu Kaisen. So
No,
it has
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
So it has nothing to do with it. So I can't wait to watch that, but not
Yeah.
actually watch the main series.
But my issue with the movie is that I feel like it looks as though it has the same thing as Demon Slayer Mugen Train, where it doesn't look like anything that I couldn't have seen just animated in the series.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of series-based movies are going to go that way.
Yep, I agree. But we should also, I should also, because I'm the only one who saw it, because I'm the only one who got a free ticket for it. My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. The animation in that is insane-o. We talk about things you can't do on a TV anime budget. Here, World Heroes Mission did it. There is some insane storyboarding and set pieces and choreography. I'm like, wow. Beautiful film. Story stupid as hell. But I would like to nominate it, but I don't want to give it the award because it killed season 5, and that's a crime that has not been punished enough. There hasn't been enough punishment for that. But yeah, we are well past our time.
Oops.
So we will chamber the My Hero Academia discussion for next week. We'll have 2 chapters and Vigilantes next week. We'll have a lot of My Hero
I was ready to
next
talk
week.
about this one because I actually found it interesting.
Exactly. So I feel like we should give My Hero some due time next week.
Like, nothing's happening, but I was like, okay, we're talking about shit. Like,
Yeah, some
important
shit that should have happened ages ago happened. I'm very happy with it, but put a pin in it. We'll see y'all next week. Steena, I threw the handcuffs out the window, so you do have to leave this time.
No, this is bullshit. Okay, well, bye, I guess.
I'm surprised you didn't put up much of a fight this time. Look, we're all quietly exiting the train right now.
I
This
gotta
is
go.
sad.
I'm sad.
What a downer of an ending.
We're exiting the platform. Get on the train. I'm holding Ivan's hand as we wave Steena off. Bye, Steena.
Bye, Steena. You have to leave
Safe
for the
trip.
audience.
Okay, I'll miss you guys.
It's mine now.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking freak out.
Mind the gap as you exit our podcast safely. Rebuild of JoyCast is hosted by Ivan LeRoy and Valentine Stokes. LeRoy's written and directed works can be found on the JoyRide Entertainment YouTube channel and the soon-to-be-released original web manga, PARAMEDIC. Val's dulcet tones can be heard in many of your favorite anime and web series, such as RWBY, Death Battle, Tribe 9, Lackadaisy Cats, and more. This episode was edited by Steena Carey, with YouTube version edited by Cody Rock. Music provided by Lofi Geek. Intro and outro narration by Steena Carey. Outro music composed by Michael Pejovich. Logo and visuals designed by Ivan LeRoy. Rebuild of JoyCast is produced by JoyRide Entertainment and Rock Voice Productions LLC, and made possible thanks to Patreon donations from generous listeners like you. This month's highest tiered Patreon producers are Mr. Host, Austin, Hairo Medina, and Gooner Bear. If you would like your name shouted out at the end of each podcast, an invite to our private Discord to interact with fans, cast and crew, or early access to all of our content, be sure to check out JoyRide Entertainment's Patreon. Links provided in the description. Thank you for keeping JoyRide's engine burning.